Hey Exiles, I'm Windy, and today I'm excited to showcase my Corpse Blaster build. This build takes advantage of high-level Unearth to generate tons of high-life corpses, which we blow up with Detonate Dead of Chain Reaction to deal million of DPS. For a smoother, one-button gameplay experience, I've incorporated Kitava's Thirst, turning it into a cast-on-cast setup. Now, some of you may have played similar builds, but here's what sets mine apart. I'm using the unique Volcure's Guidance Gloves to enable Detonate Dead to poison. That's right, this is a poison Detonate Dead build, and it's a blast to play. The only drawback of this build, like most poison builds, is the few seconds it takes to ramp up your damage. However, you can minimize this by preloading Unearth to fully utilize Corpse Pact. You can see this in this fight against Uber Exarch. You can do almost any content with this build, but it truly excels in Simulacrum. With an instant Mana Flask, you'll find it nearly impossible to die. In fact, I leveled this character in Simulacrum starting at level 70.
My children.
but futile.
You will know pain!
Swift death! Inevitable!
Save the future. The past must be sacrificed. Embraced by me.
I need more
Gaze
mana.
into the abyss. Irrelevant! Burn away!
I need more mana.
Faith empowers! Belief overwhelmed! Feel the pull of the void! Yes, that's it! Death sweeps in! Sin surrounds you. Cleansing flame. No! Impossible! How? This isn't over. This will never be over. I will unify humanity.
This build is super easy to understand and play. Let's start with our first core item, Kitava's Thirst. The unique feature of this helmet is that when you spend 100 or more mana on a skill, there's a 50% chance to trigger all socketed spells. So to make this work, we need to push Unearth's mana cost to at least 100. We do that by linking Unearth with Archmage support. Now we socket Detonate Dead in Kitava's Thirst, but that means we're working with only a 4-link Detonate Dead. You might wonder, is a 4-link enough for damage? Don't worry, in this build, we can easily reach the damage over time cap with just a 4-link DD. A 6-link would only help to reduce the ramp up time. Our main 6-link setup actually focuses on Unearth. With Empower support and the right gear, we can push Unearth to level 30, which is the sweet spot. Beyond level 30, you'd need to increase Unearth by 2 levels for every 1 additional level of corpse life, so level 30 is where you want to be. Now, why poison? Some of you might not know this, but our main damage comes from corpse explosions, which count as secondary damage. This means it's neither spell damage nor attack damage, making it harder to scale with traditional methods, especially with just a 4-link DD. That's where our second core item, Volkur's Guidance, comes in. These gloves allow fire damage to poison enemies. This means that the base fire damage from Detonate Dead can contribute to poison scaling, along with physical and chaos damage. In other words, poisons from fire damage will scale with modifiers to both chaos damage and fire elemental damage. With the high base corpse life from Unearth, it's really easy to hit the dot cap. As for other options, the Origin of Sin could work, but it's too expensive for this guide, so I'm leaving it out. Mana management is the toughest part of this build. With Unearth costing over 100 mana per cast, and casting up to 10 times per second thanks to Corpse Pact, we're burning through over 1000 mana per second from Unearth alone. In traditional Corpse Blaster builds, Nexus gloves are often used to manage this. But since our glove slot is taken by Volkur's guidance, we need a different approach. We'll take advantage of the chance to recover a percentage of mana when using a skill modifier from the Mana Mastery passive and Watcher's Eye. To support this, we'll increase our mana pool and reduce the mana cost of skills through various passive nodes, as well as using rings with reduced total mana cost. This brings Unearth's mana cost down to exactly 100 mana per cast. Together with the Essence Glutton Ascendancy, this setup will help you sustain mana during mapping, though you may still need to press a mana flask occasionally. However, during tougher encounters, continuously casting Unearth will quickly ramp up your mana consumption due to Corpse Pact. This is where the Enduring Mana Flask comes in, lasting 6 seconds. You only need to press it once every 6 seconds to keep your mana up during prolonged fights. As I mentioned at the start of the video, Kitava's Thirst and Volkur's Guidance are mandatory for this build. The next item I recommend is Cospre's Will. While it's not strictly required since there are other ways to get poison on hit, I believe it's the best in slot for this build. It provides everything we need, and it's a common and affordable unique. You can easily find a corrupted one with +1 to the level of socketed gems. I got mine for only 20 chaos, then spent another 50 chaos to 6 link it using tainted currency. As for Svalin, there isn't much to say. This item is incredibly strong and will likely be nerfed next league. If that happens, I'll rework the build's defensive system around Aegis Aurora instead. For the amulet slot, we have 2 options. The budget-friendly choice is Replica Dragonfang's Flight, which gives +3 to the level of Unearth, making it easier to hit level 30. If you have a bigger budget and can boost Unearth's level through other items, go for Ashes of the Stars instead. This amulet significantly boosts corpse life by scaling Unearth's gem quality. It also adds extra survivability by enhancing the quality of Bone Offering and Sigil of Power, making you tankier overall. For the belt slot, the Tides of Time is best in slot. Look for one with 3 charges of mana and utility flasks. This build uses 2 rare rings. The key stats to look for are Dexterity, Strength, and Maximum Life. Be sure to leave at least 1 open prefix on these rings so you can craft reduced mana cost to help with mana management. For boots, you'll want Dexterity, since Cospre's will requires a high amount. Movement speed and maximum life are, of course, essential as well. For the implicit modifiers, aim for increased Bone Offering effect to cap your chance to block. The second key modifier is cooldown recovery rate. You'll need at least 2% to hit the breakpoint for Kitava's Thirst. This is crucial. Without it, you'll lose around 30% of your damage output. Finally, let's talk about the weapon. For a low budget option, you can use Dark Seer, which helps boost Unearth to level 30. For a higher budget, go for a rare Convoking Wand. Look for one with stats similar to this example. If you manage to boost Unearth's level through other sources, like a double corrupted Cospre's Will, you can opt for this more affordable option instead.